Hi everybody, welcome to the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy. My name is Leo Spizzirri. On behalf of us and all of our friends at MARANA FORNI USA, I want to show you some really cool features of this oven that's standing behind me. This is called the MARANA Tutta Tonda, the Rotoforno Su&Giu. Tutta Tonda meaning that it's all round. This model is the 110 series. Inside of this oven, we'll be able to bake 11 to 12 inch pizzas, up to 13 inch pizzas, 7 at a time, all without touching the pizzas while the oven is rotating. And today I'm going to have a very special guest helping me in the kitchen. My good friend Pasquale is going to be my pizzaiolo, and he's going to be making some pizzas, and we're going to recreate what it's like to be working in a busy pizzeria and making all of these pizzas at one time. Loading the oven up, taking the pizzas out, and then having this ready to go for the next load. This oven is very efficient. And while Pasquale is going ahead and make these pizzas, I'm going to show you some of the great features about this oven. The first one is all in this controller. The controller has a lot of things that it does, and this is really the brains of the oven. This module over here has this joystick. The joystick allows us to do a few things. It allows us to set the actual time that the pizzas are in the oven. It allows us to adjust the speed that the floor is spinning. It also allows us to raise and lower the floor. This is a really great feature because right now I have a set point at 575 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm running this oven on both wood and gas. But on this oven, the way we control the oven, we always have the door closed. I have this door right here. This is a damper. And the great thing about this oven is that underneath the stone, while these coals are burning down, the wood coals are burning down, the coals will actually burn through a grate in the bottom of the wood chamber. So the coals will fall through the grate into the bottom of the floor, and then we can open this up, we can push the coals to the side, and there's another holding spot for coals that works directly underneath the floor. So this oven never gets cold. You're heating the oven not only from the top, but you're also heating the floor from the bottom. Besides this oven also has a gas burner, which is adjustable. This has an automatic setting right here. You can see that the light is flashing. So we can either set this to constant mode where the fire is going and the gas burner is firing by itself automatically, or we can do it in manual mode where you actually program the height or to trim up and lower the flame itself. Now, in this case, this oven right now knows that I have a set point at 575 degrees, and it's cut the gas so it's all the way at 1, its lowest setting on the burner. Another great feature is that this oven also has something called a turbo burner. So there's also a gas burner directly underneath the floor, which we could also set to work in automatic operation. So the oven will know when the oven is at temperature. This is fantastic in a busy pizzeria situation because the oven will do the work for you automatically. It's time for us to actually lift and lower the floor. All we're going to do is I'm going to bring this to the first position. Every position that we raise and lower the floor, we're talking a difference of somewhere about 50 degrees Fahrenheit every time we raise and lower the floor. This actually has 2 different levels that it'll go. So this is the first level, and then I can bring this up once more, and this will bring the pizzas even higher towards the dome. The reason why this is a great feature is because let's say you're in a busy pizzeria and you want to bake multiple styles of pizza. One pizza needs to bake a little bit faster, a little bit slower. We can very simply adjust the floor of the oven to bring the pizzas closer to the dome, which is the hottest portion of the oven, instead of throwing a lot of extra fuel inside this oven. The other thing that this oven does is that the rotations are actually programmable. So by the time that it's going to take for your pizzas to bake. So when we have this oven full, we're going to press down, which is the start feature. And then once I press this, the floor is going to begin to rotate faster. That's because we have different speeds that the floor will run to, which is 100% programmable by you when you purchase an oven like that. So the great thing is that we have this set feature here. I'm going to actually stop this so I can get into the programming. Right now, this is set to run at 2 minutes and 10 seconds in its baking cycle. When it gets to that 10-second remaining mark, the oven will actually make an audible beep. So even though you don't really need a fornaio, somebody standing in front of the oven taking the pizzas out or watching the pizzas to turn them, this will give an audible beep to let the pizzaiolo know at the bench that we have in 10 seconds pizza's getting ready to come out. At that point, we'd come over here and then we would unload the oven. The oven also has multiple speeds. So we have a slower speed for when we put the pizzas into the oven, and then we have our working speed. This is also, we have another speed that we can actually adjust as well, so that after the beep goes off and now the pizzas are ready to come out of the oven, we can actually set the unloading speed separate, so that for 30 seconds after the oven time is finished, now we can go back and we have 30 seconds working at a little bit slower speed to give whoever's working here enough time to take all the pizzas out with plenty of time. And then after the 30 seconds is up, then they can go ahead and the oven will go back into its normal operation mode. I can smell the beautiful tomato sauce and basil, so I know Pasquale is almost ready to go. A couple other features that I'd like to talk about. The floor of this oven is very special. This is a very different material that we see a lot of the other types of oven floors being made of. This material is specifically made of some different types of compounds, and it's got some volcanic ash from Naples inside of it as well. So this is a very heavy, very dense material used to make this floor, which means that the oven floor is going to stay warmer, hotter, better. So your recovery time is going to be better once you have the pizzas in. We're going to fill this floor up with pizzas and we're going to pull them out. The oven is designed so that when you're ready to put the next load of pizzas in, the bottom of that pizza will be just as brown as the previous pizzas that went in there. The technology also inside of this floor is not a flat material like you see most oven floors made of. This is dimpled, almost like the exterior of a golf ball. And the reason why we have those dimples is to allow any steam and moisture that's on the bottom of the base of the pizza to be escaping from the bottom, which will give us a crispier pizza. Those of you who are doing maybe takeaway and delivery pizzas, this will also give you a pizza that's going to travel better because of the technology that went into the stone. This is proprietary. No other floor is made like this. This is exclusive to Marana. Pasquale looks like he's ready to load the oven. I'm going to move out of the way so he can go ahead and do his job. A typical pizzeria in Italy we would see working in this manner. Pasquale is loading the floor. He's got plenty of time to go to the next pizza. The pizza is moving at a very good rate so that when it gets to the point where he gets up to the oven, the pizza is already moved enough so that he can load the next pizza inside. Without any stress, he's very tranquil. He's bringing one pizza at a time. These are just beautiful margarita pizzas that he's making. Pizza classica, we would call this. And again, you can see what a beautiful job Pasquale is doing. The oven is doing all the work by itself, almost like it's waiting for him to bring the next pizza into the oven. Again, we're gonna make 7 12-inch pizzas at a time. And you can see the last pizza going in now is ready to come around. And he's putting it directly in the center. Now Pasquale is going to press the start button, the down lever, and this is going to cause the pizzas to rotate faster. Now, without us actually touching the pizzas are going to bake automatically, okay? What's going to happen is at that 10-second mark, when there's 10 seconds left, the oven will tell us that it's time to take the pizzas out, and we're going to come up to the oven and get ready. Now, we talked about the wood. This is very cool because as these pizzas are baking, I've got this door closed where the wood is. Again, we can open this up, allowing more airflow to get inside of the oven, causing us to stoke this fire, make it increase in its height, right? And this is going to give us a little bit hotter oven, so we can regulate from here as well. Again, we don't have to do much. If you look at the pizzas, they've already begun to brown. We see that all those beautiful bubbles are beginning to be created. This is just a standard pizza classica dough. If you watched our dough mixing video previously, I gave my formula for this pizza dough. Very simple, just flour, water, yeast, salt, and olive oil. Very typical to the pizza, traditional pizza that you'd see throughout Italy. And again, this is 100% made in Italy. This oven is all made and manufactured by Marana. Every component on here is made by them independently. This is a very great thing to know because you have Italian technology now available in the United States. We're coming up, we've got 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds left. The pizzas, you can see, are baking very evenly. We don't have to worry about anything that the oven is doing because the oven is doing this all by itself. If we were in a pizzeria that maybe we went between lunch and dinner time, that time when maybe we don't have our pizzeria as full as normal throughout the day, the time between lunch and dinner, 10 seconds left. I'm gonna get out of the way so Pasquale can go. But the great thing about this is that when we have that time between lunch and dinner, our pizzeria is normally not as busy. So the pizzaiolo is gonna leave the line, he's gonna go maybe do some prep work or wash some dishes. And what happens is the oven always has a tendency to cool down a little bit. Instead of throwing a lot of wood, if we get that 1 or 2 pizzas that comes in, instead of throwing a lot of wood inside of the oven, we can actually go ahead and we can raise the floor 1 level. So we're gonna let the oven work for us instead of pushing the oven to do something it doesn't. Look at how beautiful and consistent these pizzas are coming out right now. Again, this was done, the bottoms are very beautiful and brown. I can see that they're very uniform. And this is exactly what we're looking for in an oven. When we talk about the return on your investment, when you purchase an oven like this, we're talking about how are we gonna reduce our labor? How are we gonna let the oven work for us? And this is one of those ways. We don't need to put somebody standing in front of the bench. Those 2 minutes that the pizzas were inside of the oven, now your pizzaiolo can be working at the bench making more pizzas. Look at the beautiful brown uniform color over here. And that proprietary look to the bottom of this pizza is 100% due to the design of the floor. Those little divots that are on this floor like a golf ball. You see those brown things. And to me, my favorite piece of this is always, listen how crunchy, how crispy. This is a beautiful pizza to me. So, I hope you learned a lot. Pasquale, come over here, say hello.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you very much.
On behalf of all of us, Marana Forni USA, North American Pizza and Culinary Academy, if you're interested in learning more about this, please reach out to us directly, and we hope to see you all very soon. Ciao.